Hey, what's good, Power People? This is the Power Living with Purpose podcast, and this is the Midweek Motivation. The Midweek Motivation is sponsored by DCH Merch Power Living Collection. That's dchmerch.com. That's DCH Merch Power Living Collection. All right, this Midweek Motivation is called Forget About Your Age, Just Keep Grinding. All right, so currently last year I turned 40, and it was just like the biggest wake up call ever. And it was like, you ain't no youngster no more. You ain't no spring chicken now, my buddy. You've been through your 20s. I graduated college 21, got my first business license at 22, opened my own fitness center at the age of 25, ran it for 10 years. It ended up closing. I still kept refereeing high school and youth sports. Been doing that 20 years now. Kept personal training on the side. Kept doing alkaline water, weight loss tea. I was doing that on the side. And here we are now where we finally getting ready to go nationwide, worldwide with businesses that it's taken 18 years to build. You know what I'm saying? And the average person might have gave up at 5 years, at the 10-year mark, at the 15-year mark. You know what I'm saying? And, through ups and downs, highs and lows, it doesn't matter how old you are if your goal is to get something accomplished that God put in your vision and put in your heart. And it doesn't matter whether you accomplish it in your teens, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. Because when you get to be 90 years old, you could be sitting in a nursing home, possibly, or a retirement home, or even at home, hopefully, and you come up with an idea that you need to tell your grandkids about, and you call your grandkids in the room and you tell them an idea, and they say, "That's brilliant, Grandpa or Grandma. That's a great idea. Let's go." And they take that idea and run with it and make millions of dollars, and your family is set for life. Not because of the job you had, not because of the money you passed down to them in a life insurance policy. No, it's because of an idea you gave your grandkids when you were 90 years old. And now they took it, ran with it, and your family is set for life. At your funeral, they got nothing but love. I mean, it's not just stories about how wonderful she was and all that stuff. Grandma and Grandpa gave us an idea that is now our legacy, that has changed everything off of a few words of an idea. So it doesn't even matter your age. You can still make a difference later in life. If you live to be 90, you're gonna either be successful or unsuccessful. If you live to be 80, you can either be successful or unsuccessful at 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, whatever. If you've been through something in life and I had it rough growing up. This didn't work for me. I had to drop out of high school. I didn't make it. I never went to college. This, that, the other. Okay, the past was the past. The future is the future. You're going to be successful in the future or unsuccessful in the future, no matter how old you are. It don't matter how old you are now. It's about where do you want to be at some point in your life. If you're a child, if you're listening to this and you're in kindergarten, and if you're in elementary school, for example, and everybody's just telling you, "Oh, baby, just focus on them A's and B's. You just focus on that school." But you got an idea that can change the world, and they just telling you to focus on A's and B's. And you're like, but I got this idea right here, and this idea will change the world if y'all let me work on it instead of just going to school and playing sports. Like you can take something as an elementary student, as a middle school student, and change the world, and become a millionaire before high school, or in high school, or before you graduate high school. It's many of thanks to social media, many examples of kids you see 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 becoming millionaires. Why? Because they had an idea. They had a passion. Not saying don't make A's and B's. Not saying don't play all the sports and have a lot of fun and keep yourself healthy and strong. But you can do more. You can do more than that. All right. And the internet is proven in multiple examples that there's no age limit on success. There's no minimum age limit on success. There's no maximum age limit on success. You go on the internet, you will see people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s doing amazing stuff. And it's going to take away the shame or regret from all the decisions they might have made leading up to that. Colonel Sanders was what, 60 years old before he became rich with KFC. Now in no way is that a plug for fried chicken, because that's actually one of the most harmful types of food on the planet. It was designed for people who are going to be working all day long out in the fields, and 90% of people on the planet don't do that anymore. So 90% of people don't even need to touch fried food, any type of fried food. But that's neither here nor there. This midweek motivation is encouraging you from the age of 9 all the way to 99. There's no limit. There's no minimum age limit on success. There's no maximum age limit on success. Forget about what you've been through in terms of why you're not where you want to be. You're gonna be either at 3 positions in life, one of the 3. You're gonna either be successful as a result of what you learned and what you did. You're gonna be in the middle and be average, and you just don't care. You just want to live day to day. You just want to make a paycheck. You just want to, be able to pay your bills and just be comfortable and nothing else. But how comfortable is it when an emergency comes up and you don't have any money to pay for it? You don't have the time to take off because you were focused on just buying the latest shoes, the latest clothes, the fanciest car. You weren't thinking long term. You just want to have all the fanciest stuff, but you call yourself comfortable, but your comfort is not equivalent to your flexibility. You're unflexible when it comes to having money set aside, to having time set aside. So you're not really that comfortable when you think about it. Or you're going to be the third person who is not successful yet, but they're striving, they're learning, they're reading, they're researching, they're passionate, and they're working towards their goal. You're going to be successful, average, or working to be successful. It's your choice. And there ain't no age limit, no minimum age limit, and no maximum age limit. At whatever age, if you keep living, every decade you're going to be older and you're going to be unsuccessful or successful or average. Is your choice. So this midweek motivation is forget about your age. Just keep grinding. No matter how young you are, don't let anybody tell you that you're too young to do something or too young to create something or start something, and you're never too old either. Just keep grinding. Stay powerful, my friends. That's power living.